Hey, Crypto Hotep here with another trading video. Um, so this video, guys, is going to be an updated version of the My Trading Strategy video session 1. You can see it right here on your screen. This was released earlier this year, February of 2025. My most popular video to date on my channel between investing, trading, even my thoughts on the market. This is the this is the number one video, over 1,800 views, and I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate the support for that. Um, but I have applied a few tweaks to my strategy. The core of the strategy has remained the same. So I'm still using Heikin Ashi, still using supply and demand, chart patterns, volume, confirmation, sizing and proper risk, and then averaging up or down. One of the bigger things is I've replaced RSI with slow stochastic, and I'll get into that shortly here on the charts. And the reason I did that was because the slow stochastic has given me even it's given me less opportunity in my trades, and I didn't stutter or I didn't misspeak. So the RSI, it oscillates a lot, right? The slow stochastic aligns better with my slow and steady way of trading. If you haven't checked out session number 1, just check that out, because I won't be going over a few things, but over some of the regular things like why you're using Heikin Ashi and all that other stuff. But I'm just going to go over some of the changes, and we're also going to chart and do a replay of the charting using this strategy on TradingView. The other thing is that I did add is we are using market structure even more so. We're going to be using change of character and then break of structure, and I'll show that in the charts as well. So before I begin, guys, none of this financial advice. Please do your own due diligence with charting, trading, investing, whatever you have. And big shout outs to Coinbase, as they sponsor all my trading videos here. Really appreciate them. They are the GOAT crypto exchange. If you don't have a Coinbase account, use the link in the description, sign up for one. If you do, still use the link so you can support the channel, because if you link that your account with the link in the description, then Coinbase will actually pay me a portion of the fees that they charge you to trade with them. So you don't have to give me anything, just kind of support the channel that way. So we'll jump into the charts and I'll show you what I mean here. So we can do Bitcoin Cash here. So Bitcoin Cash, this is my current chart on Bitcoin Cash, and it actually looks pretty good. But for instance, now with Heikin Ashi, you can actually use the replay function. You can never do this. I've been using TradingView for 5 years now, and you couldn't use the replay version for Heikin Ashi. You can use it for regular candlesticks, which are these, but you couldn't use it for Heikin Ashi candlesticks, which is what we use, or what I use, I should say. So now you can. And the replay is a fantastic way to backtest your strategy and to hone your skill. And that's what I do, once or twice out of the week, just to make sure everything looks good, especially on assets with historical price action. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the replay. We'll start a new session here, and we'll kind of just pick a point to go into. So right now we're going to set our time machine back to 2019, and we're charting Bitcoin Cash. So the first thing I like to do is I like to draw out my weekly levels. We'll look for a floor, and when I say weekly levels and a floor, I'm talking about demand. If I say ceiling, I'm talking about supply or a resistance level. Okay, so we have our demand level here. As you guys know, if you followed the first session, we draw out our liquidity point or support point here, and basically that's just a point where I've seen price kind of tap into multiple times within the zone right here. And then let's look at our ceiling. So we'll look at a ceiling here, and it looks like it's been mitigated a couple times. And what I mean by mitigated, I mean price is tapped into. So you have a big move down, right? So for us to, again, for us to guarantee or to show a major weekly level, we have to have either a bearish or bullish candle before the big move. So we can see a bullish candle here and then a big drawdown. We can see a bearish candle here and then a big move up. So this constitutes both of these levels. I'm also going to draw out this level here because we can see a bullish candle and then 1, 2, 3 candles to the downside, because if you followed the first video, we have to have at least 3 candles of a prominent direction for that weekly level to be valid, which we can see here. 3 bearish candles to the downside, 3 bearish candles to the downside, 3 bullish candles to the upside. And then we also have a level right here. And some people may miss this level, but I'm used to seeing this. So we have a bearish doji, which is this candle here, and we'll zoom in just so we can see it. We have a bearish doji right here, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 candles to the upside. So that is a demand or a support level. Okay. And then what I have done in addition to that is I will look at the line chart. So I'll flip to the line chart and I'll look to make sure that my zones are engulfing the V-shaped node of the line chart. And this is what I mean. So here we have a upside down V right here. We have an upside down V here. We have a regular V right here, and we have a regular V here. So the reason why I do that is because with price, if you have a V shaped on the line chart, that will signify a major move. So all of our lines and all of our zones are good here. So we check out there. That's good. Let's draw out our points. Let's place our points in there. Here, that one's okay. And then here, this one's okay because we have some overlap. And then here, I'm good with that as well. Okay. So if I'm a buyer or I want to be a buyer into Bitcoin Cash and I've drawn out my levels, I also want to look at market structure. So I will zoom out here and I'll also look at market structure as we spoke about in terms of a change of character or a break of structure and marking that out. So what I mean is in 2017, Bitcoin Cash saw a big move up. And then here, let's kind of show you. Then we had a top and then price came down. So price came down, but ironically, at that point, we weren't in a bear market yet with Bitcoin Cash. Why? Because no low was taken out yet. Okay, so this is the low right here that would be taken out. And with Heikin Ashi, it makes it real easy to see the lows too, because you're not really confused by multiple candles and multiple red and green candles. You're just basically focusing on the color, and Heikin Ashi makes it very, very easy to see that. So here in 2018, we made a higher low. This is a higher low because it's higher than this low. That means we're still bullish. However, it was not until this low is taken out that the whole market sentiment changed or a change of structure happened. So this low actually was taken out, and it was taken out right here. And I actually like to go to the line chart again just to validate where my line is, and I'm good with that. There's a little space here, but I'm okay with that. Everything is not pinpoint accurate with my trading. It's more of like roundabout in zones and areas, so I'm good with that. So that low was taken out here, and then price went down to the downside. So what did that mean? That means that there was a change of market structure to the downside. Now we're going down for Bitcoin Cash. In addition to that, after the change of structure, then what could potentially happen is one or two things. You could have a reverse, and then you have a change of structure to the upside, or price continues to go down, and now you have a break of structure to the downside, which is what happened. So this happened around in 2018 November. This low was taken out. So this low was taken out right there. And we have a break of structure to the downside, and you can have, and again, my rules are very similar. 1, 2, 3 candles to the downside. It validated that. And so now we have a break of structure here. So I always like to mark that out so I can see where the market is currently. So if we are wanting to, again, start a position, now we're going to see, okay, has anything changed since that break of structure to the downside? Well, it actually has. Now we have break of structure to the upside right here, or not break of structure, I'm sorry, change of character to the upside right here. So you always have to have a change of character before you have a break of structure. Okay. So again, very similar fashion to this change of character, but it's in reverse. Okay, so now we have a change of character to the upside, meaning the market sentiment has changed for Bitcoin Cash. So change of character to the upside, we notated that because this level, and this was a level, this was a resistance level because we have 3 candles to the downside, bullish candle, and it burst through there. So we did have that change right there. And then price developed a demand level, as we notated right here, to the upside here. Okay, so here, if I'm looking at this now, I'm like, okay, this looks pretty good. We didn't have a break of structure yet to the upside, so we didn't have that, and that's fine. We still have our change of character to the upside, but no break of structure yet. To break the structure, you would have to essentially break this level right here, and it didn't do that. It got rejected again. Completely fine. Nothing has changed about the market sentiment though, so we're good. So if I'm looking at this, I'm looking at all of these factors. I'm saying, okay, great. We have price coming into a weekly level. We have our slow stochastic, which is right here, which is nearing very cheap or inexpensive levels. So let's look into this. So this is your slow stochastic, and your slow stochastic, you have a 80 line, which is overbought levels, which means it's very expensive. We don't want to buy expensive stuff. We want to buy discounted stuff. So discounted assets, I should say. So whenever items are in this area, this very expensive area, usually above the 50 midline, we usually want to stay away from if we're looking to buy. We want to buy when it gets into this lower cost discounted area, which you can see is right here. This is where price is right here. So it's nearing that area. So now our ears have to be perked up. Now, me personally, what I would have done if this is the chart that I saw, I honestly would I would probably buy this candle because I saw some price movement and some bullish movement here. So based on that, I probably just probably nibble at a order here and put a little buy order in there. Again, if you're familiar with my trading from before, I never go full port on any trades. They're always segmented out into 4 or 5 buys, meaning that if I wanted to spend $1,000 on a coin, I'm going to segment each of my buys strategically at a weekly level based on a bullish doji or price action, and each of those buys are going to be around $200, just as an example. So this would be my first buy, honestly. I would do that. Now we're going to press play, and we're going to see where price is going here and what we're going to do. Okay, so price comes down. Okay, so here we see price show some life too. So guess what? I'm going to buy. I'll buy there. I'll buy this cancel, and then I'll wait. Let's see. And then you can see here our slow stochastic is still in discounted area. It is a very discounted area here. So we have a harsh rejection down, but guess what? Price is still in this weekly area. It hasn't broken down yet, so I'm not really worried about this as of yet. Okay, let's break it down. Okay, now again, this is what price will do sometimes. It'll break down seemingly below a weekly level, but it's just hanging around this level. For it to fully break down, it has to look something like this. Like literally, it has to get away from this area. It's not getting away from this area, it's sticking around. So whenever price does that, I am going to wait until I see price come back into this level for me to buy again. I'm not going to blindly buy this candle down here. I'm going to wait until price comes back in. So let's look. Okay, so I would buy this candle because now we broke above it, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that risk. And again, we have our slow stochastic. Now it's nearing the midline now. Okay, let's see what we get. We get a rejection, another rejection, another rejection, another rejection. Okay. Okay. And then again, price is just like slowly sticking around this area here. And again, it comes back up. And if this were me, I would be buying this candle right here. I'd be buying that candle right there. Okay. Again, this isn't a harsh rejection. If this was a harsh rejection, price would be in this area. And then this area would be taken out. Okay. So now we're still not nearing expensive levels. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 buys here. So I'm almost fully allocated. Okay. And honestly, I'd probably buy this candle here too. So we have all 5 of our buys right here, right here. So we'd probably be fully allocated. And then we get a harsh rejection. So here, and we'll stop it. Here at this candle, we are in an expensive level. So we are in an expensive level. However, we have not touched this weekly mitigated level yet. We just haven't. So I probably wouldn't have sold this, and I probably would have waited. If I'm being honest, I probably would have waited here. And I would wait to see what price is going to do. So again, we're going to have to break below this level in significant fashion, which it still doesn't do. Price still hasn't broken down fully yet for me, and it still hasn't. And you can see this right here. So let's just draw this out just a little bit more. Draw this out, draw this out, and draw this out here and here. Okay, let's press play. Okay, and price is literally all price is doing is just playing around. It's literally just playing around, and this is crypto all day. Like, you'll get months. This started in March, and we're in June, July. Now it's in July, and it'll just play around, and then you'll get a big move to the upside. Boom, and watch. And so here, what I'm thinking here with this is, if I had any extra money here, I'd probably buy some in this area. I don't mind these little accumulation, this little ranging action. I don't mind this at all. I don't mind buying this. So I would look at this, and then I would wait, and I would look at the stochastic as well. Stochastic is still at the 50 or below. Okay. So it doesn't constitute me selling as of yet. So I'm waiting. Again, I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting still. Half of the game is just waiting. And we'll draw this out just a little bit more. And that's part of the name of the game. And most of the time, that's why traders do not win as much, is because it's a big waiting game. Okay. Now we're seeing some life. Price is starting to get above that 50 again, keeping our eyes open, because now we're above the 50, going into expensive levels. Okay. Here we go. We're getting some more bullish pressure. Here we go. Getting more. Here we go. Yep. So now, again, this would probably be the level that I sell at. And I'm being perfectly honest. I'd probably sell on this candle. I see this candle and I probably sell. But Crypto Hotep, you're not in the high expensive area. I understand that, but it is still above the 50. It still is expensive in my book. And you also have to correlate that to your weekly levels. Okay. You can't just play off of using the slow stochastic and that's it. You have to play off of your weekly levels and understand that. So I'd probably sell at, I'm not going to say I'm going to sell at the top. It might be around 550. But my average buys are probably, say I bought here, that's 240. I bought another 250, bought 300, bought 270, 300, and 300. Let's just say my average is around 250 to 270. We'll just kind of play it by ear here. Where is that at? Here. So let's just say we're at 275, and then I sell at around 556, you're looking at a over 100% return. And this is a nice, easygoing return. This is also a trade that took about a year and a half. Again, some people aren't going to want to take that trade because the amount of time it takes. Now, what you could do is you could also have sold right here based on, hey, price is close enough to your weekly level and it's also expensive. So that could have validated that total sell as well. So you could have sold everything off right here as well. But if you don't mind holding, then you probably get a, you know, a few percentage points higher and have sold here. But that's how I would have played this trade. Um, it still hasn't broken structure to the upside. It's still in this like ranging price action here, and it's still in the ranging price action, but it's still in a bullish sentiment. No low has been taken out successfully. This low hasn't been taken out successfully. It hasn't, because even though we have these candles to the downside, they're not full candles, so I really don't constitute that. This low hasn't been taken out. It's been wicked through, but it hasn't been taken out. So again, my sentiment would have been long, and I would have stayed with my coins that I bought with Bitcoin Cash until I get this drastic move to the upside and potentially sell off. And then I'm usually done with it. Then I'm done with that coin. I don't want to look at it again, and then I'll go to something else. But as always, guys, if this video was helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I should go into depth into certain sections. But as always, guys, please like, subscribe, comment, and reshare as well. But as always, guys, thank you and happy trading.